So firstly, what is meant by job scheduling? So job scheduling is automating the execution of the task. Okay, so for the future or the predefined times. So and then without the manual intervention, so no need to execute manually. So it automatically execute a job at a specific times or the intervals. Okay, so that is meant by job scheduling. So the use of the job scheduling so means it reduce the human error. So there is a no manual intervention is there, so it reduces the human error. So no need to give the full commands and then full programs for the each and every execution. So one time we create a program and run it in the job scheduling. Okay, to execute it in the some specific times. Okay, and then it's also used for the saving times. And then the why the job scheduling useful for in the real industry, it useful for the backups and then reports and then updates, etc. Okay, and also I give that, so where the which place the a job and then cron jobs is useful for that. Okay, so the first thing is job scheduling. So job scheduling is automating the execution of tasks at the predefined times or the intervals without manual intervention. So no need a manual intervention. It start at automatically and execute a task. Okay. So the use of the job scheduling in real time scenarios. So it reduces the human error. So there is a no purpose to edit the code for each execution. So once we create a code and then execute it as a job. So reduce the human error. And then second thing is it saves the time. And then third, and then it is mainly useful for backups and then report collections. So for the specific time, and then if we need to update the machine or reload the machine or reboot the machine, we can use the jobs for that. Okay. So there is a two types of job is there. So one is called ad job. So here we denoted as the A. Ad job is there. Another one is the cron job is there. So there is a two types of services system. So there is a one single difference between the job and the cron job, but the work is same, but only one difference. Okay. So firstly we move on to the job and then discuss about the job. So what are the comments are there, and then we move on to the cron job. Okay. So firstly we take the job. I share the notes, so no need to worry about that. I share the notes and then video also. Okay. You take the notes after the session. So here the first thing is job. So adjob. So adjob means adds read is a series of comments. Okay. So it collects a series of comments. So whatever comments we given in that, it collects all the comments as a series and executed it only once. So that is important. Okay. So adjob means it execute a task at only once. So when we give the timing for that. Okay. So that is important. So adjob reads a series of comments. So I saw that. So how the adjob is collect the comments. Okay. So it reads a series of comments from the standard input. So standard input means we give the input for that. So that is meant by standard input. So, okay, and it run at once. So it run at only once at a time. So then running jobs once in the future. Job once in near future. Okay. So here there is a only three commands for that. So there is a only three commands for that. So why the job, a job is used for that? So task is monitor the system performance or the check the disk usage or the watch the logs in the real time. So okay, or restart the services. There is a so many number of system administrator commands are there. Okay. So let me see the some sample example here. So how to execute a command and then what are the commands are there. So here there is a only three commands are there at and then space time spec. அந்த ரூம்ல யார் இருக்கா பண்ணியிருந்தேன் போட்டா Then I see okay. Okay, on question. So here at and then space time spec. So you mentioned the time spec as time or the date or the so plus current plus 5 days ago or the 5 days after that. Okay, so we can mention that. Okay, so the time spec. So it is the command is used to schedule the job for the future. Job for future. So in this chapter, there is a only one question for our exam. Okay, so that is not a job. So we have the cran job. Okay, we have the question in the cran job. Okay. So but we know that. So what is a job and then cran job? We know the difference. That is important. So and then atq is the one of the command. So atq is the command is used to it shows the job queues. So what are the jobs are remaining for execution? So that is the atq command. So it shows the so job for the future. So it shows the jobs for the sorry future execution. Correct one. So future execution. So means queues. Okay. And how to remove the job? So if we allocate a one job as wrongly, so we can use the at rm and then job id. Okay. So we use the job id to so find out the job id and then remove the job. Okay. So how to find out the job id? So that is a command jobs. So if you give the jobs command, it shows the list of the jobs are allocated for the no, there is a no jobs is here. So we have check with the job ID with the ATQ command. Okay. So the ATQ command shows the queue option from the one to up to execution. Okay. And then find out the job ID and then we can use it for the removal. Okay. So there is a only three commands for that. Okay. So here firstly okay. So firstly I check the date command here. So now the current date is 5:54. So it is an actual timing. Okay. So in your Cloud Labs, it may different. So it will be shows the US timing. Okay. So here, this is my local machine. So that's it shows the current timing 5:54. Okay. So for example, I'm going to allocate a one new job. Ma'am, to konjam please konjam. Ma'am, ma'am, class leader konjam. So at and then 05 some extra minutes we need to enter the command here. So 50 7. Okay. So I execute a one job for a 5:57 minute. Okay. So it after enter the command, it collects a series of commands. So this is a command. It collects a series of commands. So there is a at service. Okay. So it shows the command will be executed using the bin sh only. So now you enter the command. So whatever command you're going to edit it. So, okay. So here for the example, I need to create a one directory at the time of 5:57. So it is a office directory. I want to create that and then enter. So this is one command is completed. And then another command. So I'm going to create a one new file inside the office directory. So office is the directory. So it is automatically created at the 557. Okay. So inside the office, I need to create a one document file. So document.txt. And then some user is I need to add that. So user add and then employee command. Okay. So there is a one new employee going to add with that. So that's why I'm enter the user add command. Okay. And then how to save the add series? You use the control D. So control D to save the add job. Okay. So firstly we give the date command and check the current timing, or you can use check with that in the top of the machine. It shows the 17:56 railway time. Okay. So now the current time is 5:54. I allocate a one new job for that 5:57. Okay. So what are the jobs? What are the tasks going to executed at time of 5:57? So the directory is created at 5:57, and then one document.txt is created inside the office at 5:57, and then one new user add a user name employee is going to add in our machine at the time of 5:57. Okay. So now I check the time. So now the exact time is 57. So let me check with the command ls. So if we give the ls command, okay, so automatically the time is switched to the tomorrow schedule. Okay, because almost when we complete that command, it almost the time is over. Okay, so that's why it take us the tomorrow time. So the job one is allocated at Thursday, September 11 at the same time. So 5:57. Okay. Um, Here, so let me talk about the real-time scenario. So the real-time scenario is, so I need a, so why the job is used in the real-time industry. For example, I need to give the pseudo privileges for the one user. Okay. So there is a username is called some other user. We need to give the pseudo privileges for the user. Okay. After the 5 days, automatically pseudo privileges remove for the user. Okay. So firstly, we give the pseudo privileges for the one user. Okay. So exact 5 days after, automatically the pseudo privileges remove for that particular user. Okay. So this is a real-time scenario. So which I faced in my previous year students. Okay. So here I just add so okay. Here I check with that. So now we create so no command. So tail slash etc pass wd is the file. It have the user. There is a Maris user is already added. So we can add the new user. So user add command and the new username employee. Okay. I add the new employee and set the password for the file. So pass wd hyphen std input for the employee user. So I set the password as Reda. It's okay. So I added the user into the pseudo privileges. So in the pseudo privileges already wheel is have, right? So wheel is the head of the group. So we'll have the full privileges. So I add the user into the wheel group. So group g pass wd hyphen a. I add the username employee to the wheel group. So adding user employee to the wheel group. So now the wheel have the full privileges, right? So now the wheel have full, now the employee have the full privileges. I switch the user to employee and then try to execute a command which is sudo systemctl status httpd. It asking the password. So password is Freda. Now I am able to use the administrator command by the employee user. Okay. So now the employee user have the pseudo privileges. So whatever requirements after the 5 days, automatically the employee is removed from the wheel group. So that is important. Okay. So what we do? So we use the add job. Okay. So it is not repetitive task. It executed only once. Okay. So at now plus 5 days. At now plus 5 days. Enter. So now, so current today too, after the 5 days, the job command will be executed. So what command? So g pass wd hyphen d, it remove the employee user from the wheel group. Enter. And then control D to save the file. So there is one job is allocated. So the job is executed on Monday, September 15th. So the today date is 10. After 5 days, automatically the job is executed. Okay. So this is a real-time scenario. And then, or we can use for the reboot command. Okay. So for example, if we install the one package application, it take too much of time. Okay. But we have the some other work. So we need to reboot the machine after the installation. Okay. So what we do? So use the add command. So and then specify the timing. So at 18 is the current time. I'm going to execute it at 8:04. So at 18:04, I enter the command as init 6 or the reboot command. So reboot command is a best case. So reboot that is the command and then enter and then control D. Okay. So there is a job number 3. So there is a 3 job is there. One job is user add command and then directory creation and then file creation job is there. So it is executed at tomorrow same timing 5:57 the job is executed. Okay, and then we have another one job is there, so there is a second job. So we give the pseudo privileges for the employee user. After the 5 days the automatically we remove the privileges for the employee user. So that is a command. So at now plus 5 days and then execute a command. So 15. And then another one command, another one job is there. So that is a third one. So it is executed today, September 10 at 18:04 at 18 hours 42 minutes. Okay, so at the 2025 as a root user only. So let's wait for a minute. So it automatically execute a job. Okay, so now that, so you just use the commands and allocate a task for that. Okay, so how to identify the which task is performed in that job IDs. Okay, so we have the three job IDs there. So before that, we does not know about which job is we allocated for the one or the two or the three. So how to identify that? So that is important, right? So at is the command, hyphen C is the show the context. So what are the commands are executed in this job one or the job two or the job three? Okay, so you can queue that at and then hyphen C, uh, the job ID one. So if you enter at and then space hyphen C job ID one, so we can understand that. So these are the jobs are going to executed at the job ID one. Okay. Are you going to understand for the job ID two? You can use the hyphen C for the context, and then two. So two is the G possibility command is going to execute. We need to understand this. Okay. Before that, we forget that. So what the job is allocated for at job one, job two, or the job three. So we can easily identify by at hyphen C command. Okay. So that is a context command. I also added here. So there is another one command at and then space hyphen C and then job ID. So use it to get a context of the job. So context means label. So what are the commands are executed at the job ID? So particular job for that. Okay. Yeah, it is automatically rebooted. So okay, it does not do anything. So it just give the reboot command for the 18 or 42 minutes. So the now the time is 18 or 42 minutes. So the job is executed. Now the job scheduling PNG here. So that I attach the PNG also. Okay, here is the command is there, and then date commands, and then add the some office command. So here is the command is there. You can show it to see the job details. I can see. So here we move on to the how to deny the user to the use at the add job. Okay, so for the normal user, so the root user can use the add job for the their purpose. So how to block the user to use the add job, and then how to enable the to use the add job here. Okay, so here is the command. Just login as the root user. Enter, and then here how to deny the user to use add job. So what are the commands are there? Okay, so that is the only configuration file. So vim slash etc slash add dot deny. So this command. So if you enter a username in this entry, it just to block the user to use the add job. Okay. So this is the configuration file for deny the user to use add job. I also mentioned in that PNG. So here I directly open my machine and then terminal is here. So now I show the active command. Now the one job is executed. So the third job is executed. So it is out. Okay. So if the job is executed, automatically it exit from the queues. Okay. So there is a only one time task. So the job is executed at only once at your future. So here, so I firstly saw that. So the switch to the Maris user. So this is my account. So here I try to use the at job. So at and then plus now. So today, so at now, so we're going to execute a some command. Okay, we are able to use that at by use the normal user Maris. So I control D for that and then log out from the Maris user. I going to edit the file by using the root user. So vim and then slash etc and then at dot dnet. So it is a configuration file. It is just empty only. So there is a no default configuration files are there. It is just empty. Okay. So press I to insert and I add the username. So Maris, I'm going to block that user to use the adjob and save the file. So no need to reboot there. So no need to restart the services of it. Okay. So try with that. Log into the Maris user. Now use the try to use the adjob here. So at plus now plus on half. So now it shows you don't have the permission to use the ad job. Okay. So in the real-time industry, not everyone can able to use the ad job. Okay. So some of the users are blocked and then some of the users are used to enable the ad job. Okay. So and then root user have the full privileges. So we need to understand the file. So if there is a file is available for us to deny the user. Okay. Vim slash etc at dot deny. So just remember that. So we have the one file for deny the a job for the normal user. So how to enable that? So nothing there. So you just remove the name from the at dot deny file. Enter, then remove that and save it. So that's it. Now the file is updated. So now the Maris can able to use the at job. So that's it. So this is a at job. Any doubts in this at job? So is there any doubt, or we can move on to the next job, Cron?
No, sir.
So this is very important. Okay, this is a new job that is named called Cron. So cron job. The video is recording. Yeah. So what is meant by cron job? So cron job, it's the repetitive task. Okay, so it will be run as daily based or the weekly based or the monthly task. Okay, until the user stop the job, so the job will be executed again and again. So that is a cron job. Okay, a job means it executed only once. So cron job means it is a repetitive task. Okay, until the user stop that job. So cron. So most of the organization use the cron job only. So I saw that. So what is the real time scenarios are using in the agile? So cron job. Okay. This cron job it repeats. So repeats the task on your so schedule time for and it is best case for so if you are going to execute this job at daily or the weekly or the monthly task. So monthly report collection, etc. Or the yearly report. Okay. So daily backups or the weekly backups and then monthly task also there. Okay. So we know that. So the troubleshooting for the logs is very important for the troubleshooting. Okay. So we need to collect the logs and then share it to the some other machine. So that is very important. So we need to collect the data from the logs file and then convert it into the archive file and then change into share to the some other machine and then give to the particular user for the verification. So that is a one weekly base or the maybe monthly based also there. Okay. So what are the commands for that? So it's also have the three commands. So cron tab is the command and then hyphen e. So cron tab space hyphen e is the command. So it is used to installing a cron job and it take you to the Vim prompt. So it is installing yeah cron job and it take you to the prompt. Okay. So that is called Vim prompt. So it is a Vim profile. So we need to press I to insert and then edit the command and then execute the command. Okay. So and then cron tab hyphen L. Okay. So hyphen E for install and then hyphen L for list. So what are the execution is remains for that. So it is used to list the jobs in the cron tab. So it is used to list the jobs in the cron tab. And then how to remove that? So we use the command. So cron tab hyphen R. So it is used to remove the cron tab. Okay. So before that, so some student asked about yeah, Deepak is here. Deepak, is there any doubt in the answer? Deepak, yeah, Deepak is there.
No, sir.
Ah, thank you. And then your friend also there, right? So, for me, yeah, Srikar. Is Srikar any doubt in the answer? Voice is not audible. So you can post it in the chat box. No issue. So hope there is no doubt in the answer. So this is for the current user. So these are the commands for assign a cron job for a current user. As a administrator, we execute this command. So cron tab for the hyphen e for the root user. Okay. So then how to assign a job for a normal user? So we have the command. So cron tab hyphen e u. So okay, e for install and then u for user. So which user? We need to mention the user name. So that's it. So the comments are same. So we need to add the another one argument. Okay, to schedule the task for normal user. And then cron tab hyphen lu. So lu means list the user. Okay. So what are the job is allocated for the normal user? That is the lu. Class எடுத்துக்கிட்டு. சொல்லிடுறேன் class எடுத்துக்கிட்டு. lu user. So it is used to list the what are all the so jobs are allocated for normal user. And we have the another one command for removal. So okay, so same thing. So cron tab hyphen r is for remove the cron job for a current user. U means add for the user. So cron tab hyphen r. So remove the cron tab for the normal user. User. So to remove cron tab to the normal user. முடிச்சுட்டு போகணுமா? Okay. So that is a six command. So you need to study about the six command. But in our exam, we're going to give the we're going to allocate some job for a one specific user. Okay. So we use this command only. So cron tab hyphen eu user name to schedule the job for a normal user. Okay, so not for our current user. We're going to execute a allocate a job for a one specific user. So okay, so this is the command for our exam, and then we have the one configuration file. So the configuration file is not mandatory user. Okay, so the vim and then slash etc front. So it shows the how to execute or how to allocate a job by using the cron tab. Okay, so this configuration file just to show that. So how to allocate a job as cron. Here red hat. So vim and then slash etc cron tab. Enter. Here this is the path for the cron tab, and then it's a path also is also a path. So has been and then bin the cron is located under has been directory, it's in the system binary directory, and then mail to the root. So this is a current user, right? So it will be shows the mail as the root. Okay. So the we're going to allocate a job scheduling like this one. So, okay, so we need to mention the 5-star. Okay, I executed. So what are the 5 stars are there? And then username. Maybe so you need to give the username for that, and then command to be executed. So which command you are going to execute it in this mission. Okay. So firstly, enter into the cron tab -e. It take you to the prompt. Okay, and then we need to mention the 5-star. So the 5-star is important, and then which command you are going to execute it. Okay. So here, so the first star. Okay. So that is a totally 5 stars are there. So the first star is the minute. So there is a no seconds in the cron tab. And then remind that, so cron tab is the 24 hours format. Okay. So there is a no Indian timing. So 12 o'clock and then 12 o'clock is not there. Okay. It is a railway time. So the 24 hours format. Okay. So cron tab is the 24 hours format. So the first star is the minute. Okay. So minutes means it start from 0 to 59. Okay. So there is a no 60 minute is there. So it start with 0 and end with 59. So we can edit the command in between that. And then second star is the hour. First star is the minute, and then second star is the hour. So it means started with the 0 and then ended with the 23. Okay. After it comes to the 0 and then 1, 2, 3 start like that. Okay. So the second star is the hour. And then third star is the day of the month. So the job is executed on the which month. Okay, so that is meant by sorry, date of the month means date of the month. So that job is executed on which date. Okay, so that is mean 1 to 31. So you're going to give that so the value of here. So 7 means the job is executed on the 7th date, and then that minute and then that hour. Okay. And then fourth star is the month. So month means it starts from January, or you can give with the February, March, April like that, or you can use with the numeric. So that is start from 1 to 12. Okay. And then last star is the week. So day after week. So 0 to 6, or you can use with the Sunday is equal to 0 or the 7. So that is also fine. Or you can enter in the alphabetic. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that is a 5-star is there. So the first star is the minute, and then second star is the hour, and then third star is the day of the month, and then fourth star is the month, and then fifth star is the day of the week. Okay. So here, so we're going to execute a one command. So think of it. Okay. So that is a 5-star is the 5-star. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. So what is my role? I going to store my uptime. So when the machine is turned on, and then how many minutes the machine is turned on. So turn on. So you're going to store in the one file. So the name called uptime.txt. Okay. So uptime. So when the system is turned on, and then how the longest the time system is turning on. Okay. So that is the uptime is the command. So the command is executed inside the uptime.txt file. Okay. So the 5-star is I mentioned. So the star means every. Here is the one important. So star means every. Okay. So here I use the star for every path. So every architecture. So for example, so the uptime dot it's so source under a uptime.txt for the every week. So it executed on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday up to Saturday, and then it executed on every month. So up to January to December, and then it is executed on every date. So start from 1 to 31, and then the job is executed on every hour and then every minute. Okay. So the uptime. So instead of uptime, we can use the date command here. So date. So maybe uptime still confusing. So instead of date, I store the time sort dot txt. Okay, I'm going to store my date into the time sort dot txt. Okay, so this is for some basic knowledge. Okay, so the date command going to store inside the time sort txt for every week and then every month and then every date and then every hour, every minute. Okay, so star means every. Okay, so here the note means the job is, so the above, so job is executed on every week, every month. Okay, we can see in from the last every month and then every date and then every hour and then every minute. Okay, so this is a command. So the job is executed on every week and then every month and then every date, every hour, every week. Okay. In case if I need to store my date for the every 5 minutes. Okay. So every hour 5 minutes. Okay. So I give that as 5 and then remaining is star. So 5 space star star star. Okay, space. So the same the date command. So it's my job. I store in the time chart dot text here. So now the my job, so date is going to store inside the times or txt for the every week and then every month and then every date and then every hour 5 minutes. Okay, so just think of it. So now the timing is 8:05, right? So the job is already completed. No, it's not already completed. So the job is executed at 19:05, so today. And the next job is executed at 20:05. So 19th hour 15 minutes and then 20th hour 15 minutes and then 21:05 and then 22:05. Okay, so the remaining is star. So that's only it executed at every hour. Okay, but we edit as minute. Okay, so that's why every hour 50 minutes. So the job is executed every week, every month, every day, every hour 50 minutes. Okay, so that notice. So the above job is executed on every week, every month, and then every day, every hour, 15 minutes. Okay. So in between, if you have any doubts, you just let me know. Okay. So the next thing is I'm going to execute this jobs for a one specific hour for a day. Okay. So specific for a every day. So 5 is my command. So 5 is for the minute and then 12 and then star and then star and then star. So the same command. So date and then time chart dot txt. So now the date command is going to print inside the time chart txt for every week because of star is there, and then every month because of star, and then every date 12th hour 5th minute. Okay, so that almost the time is completed. So the job is executed on tomorrow only. Okay, so what is the day? Tomorrow date. So that is a Thursday 11, and the job is executed on 12/5, and the next job is executed on day after tomorrow. So the Friday 12 and then same time. So 12th hour 5th minutes. Okay. And then Saturday. So the job is executed. So every day and then same hour. So every day 12th hour 5th minute the job is executed. 0, 5. So the notice the above job is executed on every week, every month, and then every hour, sorry, not every month, every day, 12th hour, 5th minutes. Okay. So the job is executed on every week, every month, every day, 12th hour, 5th minute. Okay. So the next thing is we edit the, we need to store the date command for a month. Okay. So the first is the 5, and then 12th hour, and then date is 8, and then store, and then stop. So the date command is going to store inside the time chart dot txt. Okay. So now the how the job is executed. So the date command is going to print inside the time chart txt for every week because of star is there, and then every month. Okay. Every month, 8th date, 12th hour, 5th minute. Every month, 8th day, 12th hour, 5th minute job is executed. Okay. So that this month almost the 8 is over. So the current today timing is 10, date is 10. Okay. So the job is executed on next month. So October 10, 12th hour, 5th minute. The job is executed. Again, the next month. So day after. So, so 10th day. Sorry, it is not a 10th, right? So 8. Sorry. So the date is 8. So I think of it, it is 10. So the October 8, 12th hour, 5th minute, the job is executed. Again, at the November 8th day, the 12th hour, and then 5th minute, the job is executed. And then December 8th, 12th hour, 5th minute. So job is executed. Until we delete or stop the job is executed on every month, 12th, every month, 8th day, 12th hour, 5th minute. Okay. So the description about the command. So the above. So job is executed on every week, every month, 8th day, 12th hour, 5th minutes. Okay. So same thing for your remaining two stars. So if you edit for your months, so every year the job is different. So 5, and then 12, and then 8, and then we mentioned that so Jan, and then star. So the date command. So instead of the date command, I just print my message like echo. So happy birthday. So Morris. So like that. Okay. So the job is executed on every year, 12th, 8th date. So 8th date is my birthday. So that's all. And then it's the message. So joy dot txt. Okay. So now the job is executed. So echo means the command is echo. Okay. It print the message, happy birthday, Morris. It stores in the joy.txt. Okay. Instead of print in the joy.txt, we can manage the server and then print to our directly to our mobile device. That is an advanced level commands. Okay. So echo happy birthday Morris to the joy.txt. So the job is executed on every week. It does not consider about that. Okay. So every week, the maybe the every month the week is changed. Okay. Don't consider about the week. So the 5 star, the 4 star is enough for us. So the job is executed on this year completed. So the 2026. So January 8, 12th half, 5th. 8 Jan 2026, 12th half, 5th minute, the job is executed. And then again, so it's same January 8, 2027, 12th half, 5th minute, the job is executed. And then Jan 8, 2028, 12th half, 5th minutes. Until we stop the execution, the job is continuously execution. So that is called cron. Okay. So the above job is executed on every year. So every year, January month, 8th date, 12th hour, and the 5th minute, the job is executed. Okay. So it is clear. You can use a thumbs up to indicate it is clear or any other terms. Okay. Remaining guys. So guys, you are there. Okay, Matthew, or you are attending the IUS function. Okay, okay. There is. I understand. Okay. So let's move on to the real-time mode scenarios. So we know that and we understand that. So there is a 5 star is there. So we need to give the timing for a specific timing. So the job is executed at backup. Okay. So the in the real-time scenario, we need to remove the caches for the memory. Okay. For example, here automatically locked here. Put the file. So free hyphen h is the command to check the memory usage. So how much of buffer cache is there? So that is a 409 MB is there. Okay. So for every 30 minutes, I need to remove the caches. Okay. So for the particular timing or the day timing. Okay. So the 12th hour, 12th noon, I need to remove the caches for that. Okay. So what is the command? So we need to enter the cronta hyphen e and then enter. So firstly, we start with the basic. Okay, so remaining the star 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to mention the 5 star, and then date is the command. So the date is going to print inside the time chart txt. So date, and then pasted in date command printed in the time chart txt for the every week, every month, and every date, every hour, every minute. Okay, I save the file. So let me check with that. And then again, we need to add the another one command in the same cronta. So the job is executed on 0th minutes, 12th hour. Okay, it is a 12th hour, 0th minutes, and then star, and then star. So here the job is executed on every day, right? Okay, every day, 12th hour, 0th minute. Okay, so every noon the job is executed. So what job is executed? So we need to give the echo command. So echo 3 is the command. So the 3 means there is a variant is there. So 0 means it just to remove the pages. And then if you give the 2 command, so echo 2 is the it remove the pages and then metadata. Okay. And then 3 means it remove the all the dental and then remove data here. So echo 3 and then I printed into the configuration file. Proc and then sys and then vm and then drop catches. So drop catches. Okay. Oh, so here there is a value is there. I share in our group. Okay. So one means it just remove the page, and then two means it remove the metadata, and then we give the three means it remove the pages and then metadata also. So that is why I need to give the all remove the all the buffer caches. So that's why I give the echo 3 value to the drop caches file. So automatically it remove that. Okay. Once I save the file, and then we can distribute that. So cron tab hyphen n. Here there is a two jobs is there. One is the date command and one is the remove caches command. Okay. Let us show the demo ls command. So we have the time chart dot txt. Okay. So and then tail hyphen f is the real time checking. Okay. So the command is used to check the real time. So the job is executed on. So now the timing is 6:34 and the job is executed at 6:35. Okay, so every minute the job is executed. Okay, so let me check with that. So the job is executed for 6:36 or not. Yeah. So the time is 36. The job is executed. Okay. So don't consider about the second. So 6:36 the job is executed and then the file. This is a file name. So times.txt is the file. Okay. These are the file contents. So what I check, I use the tail command to list the file and then hyphen f is the real time checking. Okay. If the file is copied and then pasted in the times.txt or not. Okay. So if the time is changed from 1836 to 1837, so the new line is added here. Okay. I stop with the control C. So then cat command or use the vim command to show the content. So there is a 3 line is there. Okay. And then save it. So if it is 837, another one new line is added. Okay. Until I stop the times.txt, it executed again and again. Okay. So let us show the proc command. So I going to show the proc command in the process management. So no issue. I also show that. So here free hyphen h is the command. So it shows the 412 memory is occupied for the buffer caches. Okay. So I give the command echo 3. I pass to the proc directory. So this is an important command. Okay, so this is used in the real-time scenario. So we need to remove the buffer caches and then stop the memory leakages. So proc and then sys directory. Inside the sys directory, we have the virtual machine. So we inside the virtual machine, fine, we have the drop caches is there. Okay, and then enter. It the three values added to the drop caches. So three means it remove the pages and also remove the metadata. Okay. So now I check the free hyphen h command. It reduced from 4012 to 201. Okay. So that's why I executed as for the every day. So every day 12th ka 0th minute. So this is a one real time question. So we need to execute a drop catches for the every 12th minutes. Okay. And also we have the another one command. So for example, I need to find the file. Okay. So it old age of 7. Okay. So what are the files have the age 7? It automatically remove from our machine. So cron tab is the command hyphen e. Here already two jobs is there, and then I going to add the another one job. So the job name called every eighth date. Okay, so the job is executed. Find the files from the specific directory older than 7 days. If it is matched, execute your RM file and then remove it forcefully. Okay, so the command is uh, 00. So 12th noon, the job is going to execute it. Okay, and then every eighth day. So I use the star slash 8. Okay. So every, so that is mean by every. So I forgot to say that. So here another one command is there. So for the every interval, okay. So if you give the two here now, so two and then star and then star and then star star. So the meaning of it, so every hour 12 minutes, right? So that timing is 80. So the next thing is 1902. Okay. And then 2002. Okay. So instead of if I give the star slash 2, it divided by the minute. So star, star, and star. So now the job is executed on. So 19 2, or you take the current timing. So 18 36, right? So 39 plus 2, 41. So the next job is executed on 41. And then the next job is executed on 43. So every 2 minutes. So that is a every interval. So it is the mean by every interval. So every interval. So you give the 5 minutes once or the 10 minutes once. The my system going to update or the software going going to update. Okay, we can use with that. Or here, so instead of here you use the 0th minute and then every hour. So slash 3. So every 3 hours once. Okay. So star and then star and then star. So this is also interval. So now the job is executed. Now that hour is 18, right? So 18, 19, 20, 21. So the next job is executed on 21, 0th minutes because of we give the 0 only. So every 3 hours, 0th minute, the job is executed. And then plus 3 from 21. So 22, 23, 24. So that 24 means the next 1 o'clock. 1 and then 0. So the job is executed. Again, 3 means 4. So 4 o'clock the job is executed. Okay, so it will simplify the interval. So every intervals, every minute, or the every 3 hours once, and then every 8 days once. Okay, so in this example, I give the slash 8 here. So now the job is executed on every 8 days once. 12th. Okay, so just remove that. So every 8 days once means the job is executed on October 8. 8, 12th hour, 0th minute. Okay. So the next job is executed on same October month, and then 18 plus 8, 8 plus 8, and then next job is executed on 16. So every 8 days once. Okay, so that is meant by star slash. Okay, here, so star slash 8 and then star star. So remaining is empty. So I'm going to find the file from the current directory. Okay, so if I give the slash mean it is a root directory. I'm going to find the directory from the current directory. That's why I use that dot and then type. So type is file, right? So we're going to delete the file, older files for the 7 days ones. Okay. So that is a we find the files only, not a directory, and then m timing. So the time is +7. So older file. So +7, and then executed. So which command are going to execute it? Rm space hyphen f command, and then close the command. We need to delete all the files. So there is a no issue. And then we stop the execution. So backward slash and then stop. Okay. So find is the command is used to find the file or the directory, whatever. Okay. So the same as grep command only. So we have the find command. And then we find the file from the current directory. We're going to find the file. So it is not a directory. Okay. So file F is the file. And then timing. So which timing? It's less than 7. Okay, so it is older file, minimum 7 days once. Okay, so the job is executed. So which command is going to execute? Rm space hyphen f. It's a command is executed for the job, and then save the file, and then cronta hyphen l. So here every eighth dates. Okay, so every eighth date, 12th hour, 0th minute, the job is executed. It find the file from the specific directory. That is a current directory. We use a star only. Okay, not a specific directory. Older than 7 days. If it is matched, so the command is going to find the match files. If it is matched, it execute a command. So which command? Rm space hyphen f command. Okay, execute this command here. So find a command, find +7 here, enter. So there is so much of file is there. So it also make the problem. Okay. So that is if we have the old files, it automatically remove for the every 8 date once. Okay. So this also control the memory leakages. So there is some catchy file and then some unwanted files are there. It automatically remove that. And then another one scenario. So this is used in the Synopsys organization. So tarball. Okay. So tarball. So we need to acquire the files. Okay. In Windows, we use the zip command, right? So zip command to acquire the compress the file and then share the file to the some other machines, right? Here the same thing. So the all the logs files are stored under /e cd var and then log and then messages. It is not a cd. Okay. So cd /var log, enter, and then ls. So here is the log files are there. So for the specific cron job, it have the file, and then mail dot it have the file, and then messages have the file. Okay. So tail hyphen f and then messages. It have the so what we executed the command, it will be stores here only. Okay. So for example, if I give the command logger and then hello, I send the hello message to the log. Now the hello message is printed here. Okay, so there is a analyze the logs. I explained that. So what are the in the upcoming chapter? Okay, so if I give the log command here, it stores under the our session. Okay, so there is a message. So this is a important files. Okay, so think of it. This is a important file. We need to collect all the data and then share it to the some other machine. So in the cron job, okay, cd. So command is cron tab hyphen e, enter. So the job is I need to for the timing of 00 to 00. So every night. Okay, so every night the job is going to execute it. Maybe it is 10 days once or something. So 10 days once. So 10 days one, and then the month is every month, and then every week is there. Okay. So the tar is the tarball command. So tar is the command, and then hyphen ZCF. So Z is the there is a some command is there. So Z means gzip, and then bunzip also available. Okay. So I'm going to compress the file by using the gunzip. So that's why I use the Z, and then that is a source file. Sorry, there is a destination file. So test tar dot gz. Okay. So this is our compression file, and then what is the source file? So where, and then log, and then message. It is message or message, or okay, you can use the cron here. So cron. So okay, cron is the one file is there, right? So ls. So cron is the one file is there. So we compress the cron file by this test.gz. So there is one command. After that, so once we compress the file, we need to share to the some other user for the testing. Okay. So the command after the execution, so 0 to 1 minute. So 1 and then 00. So the next minute star slash 10, and the remaining is the star. So SCP is the command. So source command. Okay. So and then we copy the test tar dot gz to the which source. So Maris user is there at Oxation. So Oxation is the current machine. Okay. So in the Maris location where it is stored in the home directory. So that's why I use the colon tilde symbol and then slash. So now the testtar.gz stores under the location of Maris user on the Oxation machine in the home directory of Maris. Okay. So the job is executed on every week, and then every month, and then every 10 days once in the next month. So today the job is executed. Okay, so then next one, okay, so the 10 days means, so it will be take us today and then up to 10 minutes 20. So September 20 the job is executed on the 12th and the night. So night and then 1 minute. Okay, so 24 1 minute the job is executed. Or the cron tab is used for update the software packages. Okay, so every 4 days, so every 4 month or every 4 days the job is executed. So 00 or 00, and then star slash 4 every 4 day. So we need to update the packages. So DNF update hyphen y. Okay, so and then save the file. So then cron tab hyphen l. So DNF update. So our packages is updated on every 4 days once. Okay. So the today timing is 10. So next the job is executed on 14, and then 18, and then 22, 26, and then 30, and the next month 4, 8, 12, like that. Okay. Here is the cron job. Then how to allocate a cron job for a user. So cron tab is the command, and then hyphen EU. Okay, so you is the allocate a job for a normal user from the root. So I'm going to execute a job for a Maris user and then enter. Okay. So here the job is executed first, Maris user. So star and then star and then star and then star. Okay. So here in the 1th minute, so 24 hour 1th minutes, the job is the file is copied from the root to Maris, right? So after the 2nd minute, so in the night, and then every 10 days once, we need to unarchive the file. So unarchive the file and then store it to the local. So that is important, right? So tar hyphen xvf, xvf, and then which file? So test tar dot, so gs, and then it is stores in the custom directory. So that's why I use the C and then slash. So it will be stores on the current directory. So we can use with the dot, or we mention the slash path to the directory. So your directory. So that is example. So path to the directory means your directory. Okay. So here I use the current directory. So hyphen capital C dot. So the thing is the file is from the root, acquire from that root access and then share it to the normal user Maris. In the Maris account, automatically the file is unzipped and then store it in the local. Okay. And then save the file, enter. So check with that cron tab hyphen lu Maris. So what are the jobs is allocated for the Maris user? So this is the job. So this for your understanding. Okay. So in our exam point of view, very easy question only. So okay, we need to print the message or we need to log the message. That's it. We use the logger command right here. So I use the logger command right. In exam, we use a simple command. So we need to execute some particular echo command on the date or the minute only. Okay. Maybe in my examination, they ask about to echo a message for 14th hour 23 minutes. Okay, so anybody give that answer? So how to give the 14th hour 23 minutes? Every hour, sorry, 14th hour 23 minutes. How to give the command? You can give in the chat box, or we have the cron tab guru is there. So it is a cronita. It is not an official source. Okay. Here you can use the command. So 14 23. So at 14:23. Okay. You can check with us for your understanding. That is a not a actual value. Here not early. It is not standard one. We use the slash step for step value and then hyphen is for range value from this to this one. Okay. If I give the 23 to 25 at every minute from the 23 through 25 fast or 40. Okay. The job is executed. Or we can use with that star slash 25 at every 25 minute fast or 40. Okay. This for your understanding. It is not a authentic source. Okay. You can study with the Cron Guru website. I share it in the group. This post. So, is there any doubt in this job scheduling? I share the some task. Okay, you can perform, and then you may get a doubt. Is there any doubt, guys? Hello.